Let's take a look at a couple of examples of identifying the triad within a minor key or finding the Roman numeral within a minor key. So it's slightly different, and I picked two examples that kind of highlight some of the quirks of the quirkiness of a minor key because of that raised leading tone. So let's look at first at finding. We want to find a 5 chord in D minor. So 5 chord again. You can review the steps in the earlier video about doing this in major. But first step is trying to figure out which one is 5 in D minor. So you should know your scale, your D minor scale: D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, D. Okay, so that's your normal D minor scale, and so scale degree 5 is A. So your 5 chord is going to be based off of A. And let's go ahead and build the rest of that triad. Okay, and in major we're done because the key signature, the key of that will take care of all of the accidentals. But in minor you have to double check because of the raised leading tone, because just like in there are two variants, you have to make sure that you're adding the proper accidentals if need be. And so just know always that the 5 chord, whenever we're in any minor key, be wary of the 5 or 7 diminished chord. Okay, 7 diminished. Okay, so it's just always be aware of those 2 chords because you're gonna have to do something to them. Okay, so remember in D minor the leading tone is raised scale degree 7. So scale degree 7 in D minor is C. So you raise that up a half step and that's C sharp. Well, C is contained within this 5 chord. So we need to raise that to a C sharp. Again, this doesn't apply for 3 chords. 3 chords also contain scale degree 7 in that triad, but don't worry about it in 3 chords. It's just in the 5 chord and then in the 7 diminished, in the 7 chord. Okay, so yeah, this is now complete. We've raised that leading tone. We now have, this is also a major triad, which is what's suggested by the fact that it's uppercase Roman numeral. So this is the 5 chord in D minor. Now we're going to take a look at the chord here in B minor. In B minor, what is this chord? Well, we're going to think about the B minor scale. B minor key signature has 2 sharps, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B. But remember, we have to raise that leading tone. So scale degree 7 is A. So that becomes A sharp. So this is where this falls in. This is that A sharp root. So this must be a 7 chord. And in fact, it's not just a 7 chord. It is a 7 diminished 7. Let's find that 7 diminished 7 here so that you could see it. It is a 7 diminished, I'm sorry, it's not a 7 chord, 7 diminished triad. Okay, so again, we have that raised leading tone. Even though the C sharp belongs in the key, but the A sharp doesn't technically belong in that key, but we have to add it to create that leading tone because A sharp is the leading tone of B minor. Okay, so be wary of the 5 and 7 diminished triad when you are building any of the triads in minor because of the raised leading tone. Raise scale degree 7 to create the leading tone. Okay, so it's just some things to keep in mind. Everything else, whether it's a 4 chord, a 3 chord, 2 chord, you know, all those other chords are taken, the key takes care of it for you, you just need to identify the proper Roman numeral. But in these cases, you need to add that raised leading tone to create the proper chord.